my Traitors, and welcome back to the castle. And welcome to the Currently Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm going to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I loves me some tea. Her. And I do, of course, as always, have my cup mug handy because, you can get your cup mug at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And if you look to the right of the screen, there is a QR code where you can scan it, go to the shop, favorite the shop, and then buy your merch, the cup, or something else. We have most other things in the shop. You can check it out at lanasdiscretion.com. And we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. So get your cup merch, period. And thank you.
Oh, it feels nice to finally get that muff off my ears. Hi, everybody. It's Brooke, and I'm passionate about pop culture. I am your resident traitor angel, a.k.a. I will be the first traitor voted out of the turret every time. And I'm just really... I have mixed feelings on these first few episodes. Oh, and also, not Ian Terry. Oh, sweet Jesus, not Ian Terry. I'm not going to take credit for that. Somebody else tweeted it, but I thought it was fucking hysterical.
Tasia, you will never be forgotten.
Never.
Always famous.
Hi, I'm Anissa Lam, also known as Sam DMV, also known as Sam Tomato Brady. Your fellow-friendly 5'3" trans, non-binary, Filipino-Canadian, mentally unstable hot mess, hailing all the way from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Scarborough, if you want to be specific. Whole word, if you want to be more specific than that. And though a cup mug is nice, I'm just not using it just because I do want to get the sign tonight. I will be trying to see some fellow Canada's Drag Race girls. But I am using my lovely arms up, everyone. Cup, bottle, boss to, which obviously you could get your very own at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Yes, I have water because hydration never hurts, and I'm excited, but also not excited to talk about things traitor-esque.
We have to. We have to. We have to talk about it. Unfortunately, we have to talk about certain things that we don't want to talk about, but we're going to talk about it, and we're going to do that. But before we do, I need y'all to do me a favor and a solid. If this is your first time checking us out, welcome. Let me send you some love. And if subscribe while you're here. Subscribe to this channel and all of our channels in the Cup Network. All the links will be in the description below. You could follow us on this channel because we really truly appreciate it. We're trying to get 1,000 new subscribers by the end of the year. And so help us out. Check us out if you are a fan of competitive reality television. We are going to be covering a lot of it this year. We are waist deep in Traitors coverage, I will say. We just we finished Canada. We jumped right into UK, and now we're talking US. We're waist deep in Traitors Canada. So Traitors is your show. We are covering all of it. Follow us on this channel, and we also have Project Runway Canada, which is wrapping up next week. We have we're starting Fear Factor next week because duh. We have a lot of shows, 50s, Survivor 50s coming up. We just got shows on shows that we're covering here. So you will never be without coverage here on the Cup TV and also over on our drag channel at the Cup Pod on YouTube. We cover all things drag. Season 18 is in the mix. We are wrapping up Canada season. I mixing up my words. Canada season 6. Canada season 6. We're wrapping up Canada season 6 this week. We got a lot of coverage for the end of Canada season 6. So you don't want to miss that over there as well. And we're jumping into UK versus the world soon. That's starting soon. So check us out over on our drag channel and follow us because we truly appreciate it. Follow us on our audio podcast links. Our Patreon links are down. We got a lot of things going on in our Patreon. And you can follow us on our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or Blue Sky. We got a lot of engagement. We love to hear from you. And if you and I'm still saying it. If you want to join a podcast, if you ever thought I want to talk about traders, hit us up in our Instagram DMs. That's where you can hit us up, and we would love to have you. So check us out, and thank you, Brooke, Anissa. Traders
Lana.
US is Traders US has started. We had 3 episodes drop at the same time, and who watched all of them at the same time? I did. I did. We do. This is what we do here.
Yeah.
We have to watch it.
Yeah.
I was just, I'll be honest, I was ready. Like the second, it was like 8 o'clock. I had done a bunch of errands on Thursday and I was like fully ready to watch Traitors. 8:30 rolls around and the episodes go up early. I am there and I'm watching and I don't stop.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to say, by the end of these 3 episodes, I'm whelmed. I'll be honest, this is the least interested I've been in a US Trader season in terms of like at this point in the show. And I do think it is largely because of one person that is actively pain to watch on this show. I'll name him Michael Rapaport. I've enjoyed some of our traders. I've enjoyed the gameplay. I've been a little pissed at the boot order, but you know it is what it is. It's traders. I expect it. But I cannot deal with this man on my screen much longer. You'll need to get him out of here.
Yeah, this was a casting choice and a casting decision that I never needed. Like, and here's my thing. I don't feel as whelmed with the 3 episodes. I feel like this is the Traitors game that I expected. This was the Traitors game that I was like, okay, this is the game. This is the game. We've had 3 seasons of gamers doing what gamers do. And I was like, this is the season they're trying to switch it up, which I appreciate. This casting choice to have him on the show, though, is the one blemish on the season. And I won't put that as the whole, like, throw the season away because of him. No, I'm not going to give him that kind of power. I'm not giving him that kind of power over my viewing enjoyment or a show that I love to watch. So he doesn't get that. Is it a blemish? Is it a stain? Is he the turd of the season? Absolutely. But he will never take away my joy from watching Traitors. I will say this. I do think his gameplay, or if that's what you want to call it, whatever, as annoying as it is working for him. So I don't know if that's a bad thing for him. It's the worst thing for us as viewers who have to watch it, but I don't think it's a bad thing for him in this game. And honestly, if I'm gonna get on a game, I could care less if you like me or not. I'm not here for your enjoyment. I'm here to win it. So if you like me and I win, great. If you don't like me and I win, even better, because then I can take my money and go into and sail off into the sunset, and I don't ever have to deal with any of these people who I don't know. So I don't mind that, but yes, as a viewer, it's annoying. It's frustrating. I don't want to watch him for too much longer, and I hope he gets voted out or murdered as soon as possible. Do I see that happening though?
Yeah.
Not likely. I think in another 2 episodes, maybe, but
Yeah, I think something that's also very interesting. And I kept note of this last season of US and UK. So I if I'm not mistaken, they use the exact same like location, correct?
yes.
So I do find it interesting. I think I noticed it more this within these 2 seasons compared to last year, where it's where they did some of the twists differently, which I do enjoy when you do like compare and contrast.
Mhm.
But obviously, the challenges are the same. Some of the twists are the same, but they kind of change it up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk about that, especially in the first episode, and I guess episode 3 as well.
Yep.
Um, but I don't. I think that's why I'm currently enjoying like Traitors so much, is especially US and UK, because it's like, oh, what is their take going to be on
The same thing,
these
right?
challenges? What? Yeah, exactly. How are they going to differ from each other? Um, yeah. Now this
Yeah.
boot order is not in, but uh, on paper, on paper, and the game logistically and stuff, like I'm enjoying it. Just obviously, the one person is a really big and visible blemish of it all for it all. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. But let's start talking about this because episode one, we start off with everybody coming in and getting to, meeting everybody. They're coming in and it's dark and they don't know what's happening. And oh my gosh, what's going on? Come in, they see each other, everybody's mingling, happily, people are realizing who they are seeing. Like, oh, I know this person. Oh, this person, all the housewives are like, we love it. Oh my god, it's great.
I'm wearing your lip
Tara,
liner.
right? I'm wearing your lip liner. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Johnny and Tara acting like they just know each other in passing when they're literally best friends and been in each other in the weddings and stuff. But that's cool. That's cute. All that is fun. And
No
then,
one clocked them. No one, not a single person clocked them for that.
I
Gag.
mean, I
Hey,
think people
they're doing a
know.
good job of hiding that though.
I mean, I don't know if they are. I think people know, but people don't want to say because as of right now, Johnny and Tara are not a threat to anybody. They're just not. They're not a
No,
threat to anybody's game. So what's the point of blowing up something when they're not a threat? Now, when they become a threat, then we blow this up and then we turn the house against them. That's smart gameplay, I think. Me personally, if they know,
I
if I
agree.
knew, which I do know, I would go in and be like, oh, noted. I wouldn't say anything because what's the point of doing that? I want to see, and especially in the first beginning, because how do I know that they don't want to work with me? What if I just blew up an alliance who could possibly want to work with me? That's fine
Mhm.
too, because I'll just turn it against them later on. But I don't know. I think people, I wouldn't clock people right away. If I see people on the game and I know you know each other, I'm going to clock you because I'm about to see if I can get in. And if I can't get in, then I blow up your spot. Then we move on. I don't know. That's just my brain work. I wouldn't do that. But nobody said anything. Rob kind of mentions, "Oh, you're a figure skater too. Oh, y'all know each other?" And he was like, "Yeah, we know each other." And they're like in passing. He's like, "Oh, okay." Didn't really question much about that. I thought that was interesting. But when Alan comes in and he's like, "The game is about to start right away." I kind of enjoyed this, what you were talking about, Anissa, how the differences with UK and US, even though they're doing pretty much the same format, it's just the different spins on how they do things. So we do get a Secret Trader this season, of course, like we're doing in the UK, and this is Secret Traders. And I said it on the Traders UK podcast, and I'll say it again. The Secret Traders, to me, this twist is good on paper, not good in reality. I'm just saying. It just hasn't. It's not giving as much as it's giving, and we'll talk about it more. Why I say this later. It's just not as good in reality as it is on paper. On paper, it's like, oh, that's a good idea. It's just not working out how I think they wanted it to work out. It's kind of interesting, but their take here in the U.S. the take on how to get the secret traders I thought was interesting. I kind of liked this a little bit more than I liked the way the UK did it. It was just like a normal round table she picks you know, and just tell you, okay, you're the secret trader later. This one, it was like all of them are there. We're gonna have these. Everybody's has a box. Come up one by one. I'll reveal the box. If it's empty, you're nothing. If I open it and there's a card in there that says the trader, you are the secret trader. And doing this in public in front of everybody makes you have to make sure you hide your face, hide your expressions if you got something or whatever. So I thought this was an interesting, I like this way better than the UK version of just at a regular round table. Which I think.
I I like it to a point. I wish it was fully random because I don't believe this was random whatsoever.
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
No, because
like
they said he
I'm
picked
there
it.
with Brooke as well. Yeah.
I
He
kind of wish
literally
it was.
said he
I
literally
kind
said
of
he picked them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I kind of wish it was literally like there are a box for everyone. Everyone picks a box, and then it gets revealed the
Yes.
same way. Because to me, let's just call facts here. Out of the 5 people that were on our draft video, 4
Mm-hmm.
of us called that Donna Kelsey was going to be a traitor, and no, and also that isn't a spoiler. It's revealed by the end of these series of episodes. I'm
But
sorry if you haven't. Yeah, but it we 4 of us clocked it. So when we're talking about like the odds here, we kind of figured Donna would be one of them. And then when Donna wasn't one of the 3 that was originally selected, I was like,
mm-hmm.
okay, so yeah, so Donna Kelsey's the secret traitor, and that's just kind of how I felt the entire time. I never really had any doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just it's a little irritating to note how simple this twist was here. I wish it was a little bit more random because imagine if somebody like completely unassuming got it. Imagine if like freaking who's like the most random? Like imagine if like Eric Nom
Eric got
Secret
it.
Traitor.
Right.
Yeah. Like I kind of want to see how that goofy little weirdo would have done this with this twist or something like that. Also, quick note, I love Eric Nom. He has been one of my favorite parts of these episodes.
I
He's so
love
sweet.
him.
He's a
Sorry,
he's a
may I chime in for a bit?
yeah. Go ahead. Mhm.
Because so I didn't watch the cast assessment, but
Mm-hmm.
like I'm pretty confident that as a K-pop fan and someone who knows like maybe a bit more than majority of the cup know about like the Korean entertainment industry. Eric Nam is very popular in that. So I followed Eric Nam for quite a bit. So knowing Eric Nam, I'm like, oh, I don't know how he's gonna do on the show. He is impressing me. He is impressing me. Anyways,
He's a
go on, bro.
sweetheart. He's a sweetheart.
He's a golden retriever, and I mean that in the nicest way possible.
Mm-hmm. I think he said in the episode he's an older brother, so he always thinks of everybody else before himself, and you could see that in what he does and how he's playing this game. It's just he's such a sweetheart. I love him. I
Yeah,
didn't
he's
know,
the
and you're
eldest
right,
of 3 brothers.
right, and you're right. And I didn't know him when they cast him. I was like, I don't know this guy, but you know what? Let's see. And now that I've seen, I'm like, I don't want him to go nowhere. Like keep him around. Like he's such a sweetheart. And he's so refreshing. I like
He
him. I like
is.
him.
He's just
I
someone
like
I
him.
can't take seriously because I know him from before Traitors. So
Mhm.
Yeah. Imagine if somebody like Eric got it, or like one of the gamers. Imagine if it randomly went to like Natalie Anderson, right?
Right.
Like somebody who could really do damage with the twist.
Mm-hmm.
Donna Kelsey kind of just no shade. She was kind of just playing checkers in a world full of chess players here. And I'm not even talking about the Traitors specifically. I'm talking about like some of the other gamers here. She was just kind of there for me on this. I liked her personality, but in terms of like what she was doing, it just wasn't much. So I feel like they could, if they ever bring this twist back, which I kind of hope they don't, at least not in this form, there needs to be a more interesting way to do it. I kind of wish it would be backwards of like the Traitors each pick someone to shortlist, and then
the secret traitor
picks which one dies out of the 3 of them. Because I feel like that kind of gives the secret traitor, only one, it gives them more oomph, but 2, they have no power out of the shortlist, right? Like the secret traitor, let's say each traitor only picks one person, right? Secret traitor has 3 choices as to who to murder, right? Or like with the murder in plain sight in episode 2, imagine the secret traitor has to do that on their own. We don't get shown what happens, and we just kind of have to see who dies. Like that's so fun to me, but
it is.
not what we got.
I think it takes I would like that, but I don't know if they would do something like that because I feel like they'll take away from the Traitors' power. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, you pick one person, and then the secret traitor gets to pick who to kill, and the traitors never know. But that's interesting. They will never know which person is dying. They know it could be one of these three people, but at breakfast, they are just as surprised as the faithful, like who is actually murdered. I kind of think
Yeah.
that's
I also
cool.
do want to say, I do find it interesting how, like, in the UK version, they were like, "Oh yeah, the secret traitor knows the alignment of literally
Right.
everyone." So they even knew who the three traitors were. Um, Compared to the US, where they're like, "Oh, the traitor," even though the secret traitor works alone, they also like have no idea who the three traitors are, and obviously it's vice versa for both. But
Hmm.
I found that detail very interesting as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But we see them go, and here's my take on the Donna Kelsey of it all while we talking about it. Because, yeah, Donna Kelsey's a secret trader. Blah, blah, blah. We know. I everybody kept saying, "Oh, Donna Kelsey's America's mom. Oh, she's the mom of everybody loves." I was like, "Baby, I don't. She ain't my mama. I don't know her. She ain't got nothing to do with me. Like, I don't even like the teams her sons play for. Let's keep it real. Like, what are you talking about?" I'm like, okay. I mean, sure,
Teeth.
she's a nice lady. She's sweet. The only reason she is on this show is because Travis Kelsey is about to marry Taylor Swift, and her two sons play in the NFL. But it's a lot of moms whose sons play in the NFL who are not on Traitors. It's the Taylor Swift factor of it all. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it 100. And I'm like, oh, but she just, to me, her casting choice was interesting, but the delivery on this show was not. I feel like her personality on this show amongst these people, it just it was not interesting to watch her. I liked her. I thought her casting choice was an interesting choice, but I just didn't enjoy watching it because it was just like she felt like a fish out of water. I feel like Donna Kelsey would have did better on a civilian show. If they were going to bring a Donna Kelsey in there, bring her in and on the civilians because that's what she is. She is not a reality star. She is a civilian. She should be on the civilian season and playing amongst the regular people because she's a regular person. It's just
Okay, yes, but we also have to think about like Dylan Efron was kind of in the same boat.
but at
Like,
least, well, true. Yes, and I agree with that. Like he should have been on a civilian season. I won't change my thought process for anybody who was not on a reality show who jumped on. If you're not a reality show, an athlete, somebody who's been on TV, then yes, you belong on this kind of show for traders. But if you have not, and you just happen to be related, then heck, put me on the show. I'm related to Chance the Rapper by 3 generations, so put me on the show. Like, what you mean? If that's what we doing, then do that. But yeah, no, I
It feels
don't.
like it's just it feels like it's just as long as you had like an appearance on some kind of televised thing. Because I know they credited Dylan for like Down to Earth, which is like this kind of docu series with Zach Efron and Dylan Efron.
mhm.
I've never
And I'm
seen
like,
it, so maybe.
sure.
Okay, but like
Maybe.
some of these
I never saw it
people,
either, but I said, shut up.
I mean, some of these people, I mean, there's varying levels of fame on the Traitors
Hmm.
cast, right? And like some of these people, I would argue, are significantly more famous than others, and that's fine. I mean, real talk, no shade because I love him, but Stephen Colletti hasn't really done much outside of One Tree Hill in the public eye, right?
On Laguna Beach, though, he was on Laguna Beach
And Laguna
too. So,
Beach, but like
and
that
which is a
was
reality show.
true, true. I'm just saying, but that was, it's also not what people mainly know him for nowadays, right? So when we're looking at like, I understand where you're coming from for sure. I get it. I see you. I just don't see the issue too much, but I also just don't think that she was. I think we also just have high expectations because of how well somebody who the closest person who fits this archetype is Dylan Efron, and how well Dylan did on the
I
show.
heard too.
Well, yeah, but he was at least a royal, so like there was
That
a
is
little bit of
true.
something there. But
Yeah, interesting.
I
Yeah.
just I understand why we're feeling this way. I just wish that the secret trader would have been a little bit more random. That's all it is.
I wish it was a little bit more interesting because Donna Kelsey, no shade to her, she just didn't do. She just didn't give in these episodes that I wanted a secret trader to give. It just didn't. But anyway,
Oh, you know what?
go
Hear
ahead.
me out. I feel like they could have had like a day to kind of just everyone gets to know each other, Alan gets to know each other personalities, and then an interview. And then he does his interviews of like who wants to be a trader, who doesn't want to be a trader, what are you gonna do if you're a trader? Like, I don't know. I don't know. That's just my thinking, especially for the secret trader, given how Donna did.
Mm, yeah, I don't know, but
I mean,
secret.
well, actually, no. Honestly, the biggest problem I have with this is the fact that why are we keeping it hidden from the audience, right? And because with the show like The Mole, part of the fun of The Mole is figuring it out and trying to like
Mm-hmm,
piece things together while you're seeing everything that the players are seeing, right? Here, us not knowing who the secret trader is, all it does is prevent us from seeing their strategy, right? Because with the mole, it's
Right.
simple. All they have to do is sabotage and not get caught. Like that's their whole job, right? But
mm-hmm.
with the
And
traders,
also, there's like
it's
hints for the mole
fun
too, right?
watching them figure out what they're gonna do, why they're gonna do it, and like the elaboration of it. That's why we love watching the traders, is for the strategic thoughts of the traders.
Mm-hmm.
So having the secret trader be hidden from us is just not compelling television.
Yeah, and I said that even with UK, I was like, I don't know if I like not knowing, but well, not that I didn't know. I figured out the secret trader on the UK the first episode, which I also figured out the
Me
secret
too.
trader on the US the first episode. I knew who the secret trader was the first episode, and that's what I'm like. That's why I said what I said. The secret trader twist is good on paper in theory. They just haven't executed it properly because man, did we find out. I figured out the secret trader day one on UK, and I figured out the secret trader day one on US. And it was just like, you're not fooling anybody with this whole secret traders thing. But I do agree with you, Brooke. The Traders is a show where we like to see the strategy. We want to see, why did you pick this person to go on the short list? What was your reasoning? What was behind this? And da da da. Now you're holding that back from the secret trader. Now we don't know why these people ended up on the short list. What was their thought process? How did they was it just random? Was it eeny, meeny, miny, mo? Was it this person said this to me? This person said this to me. I clocked this person. Like, what is the whole goal behind you putting these people on the short list? So,
Yeah. I would have loved to. It would have been nice to have them like at least if we're gonna hear their thought process, maybe like a distorted voice. Maybe if they want to keep the mystery from the audience, like distorted voice. We don't get to see their face, obviously. Um, but it would just anything to hear their thought process.
right, it does take away from the traders that we like, why we like the traders in the first place. But seeing everybody going through traders, well, I mean, after they started and they, conversations, blah blah blah. Normal. Oh my God, how you doing? This is great. This is wild. I'm crazy. This is wild. I don't know you. I don't know you either. Oh my God, let's we're friends now. It's traders. Round table comes. Alan picks the traders. Now, my question is: we talked about this on the cast assessment, and we all gave our initial traders and who we thought were going to be traders. Um, a lot of these people, well. mm, I will say one of the traders that was selected as traders, a lot of people here on the panel thought they were going to be traders. And kind of was like, yes, this person is obviously a trader. But they went a different route this season. Alan decided that he was not going to put a single gamer in the mix of in the turret this year, which I was like, oh, okay. Okay, I get it because every season there is a Big Brother player, there is a Survivor player in the turret. So they're like, no, we're not going to do that this season. We're going to stay away from that and let's figure it out. And honestly, I'm not mad at it because I feel like in this situation, not putting the gamers in the turret is going to force the gamers to have to play a different game. Not having someone in there to either protect the rest of them or they are running things, it forces them to play a different game than what they had to play in seasons past. Now they have to figure out, how do I remain alive in this game where I know the target is coming for me? Well, I know that these people are looking at me like, this person has played this game, this person won this game, and in order to win a game like this, you have to be super smart, super strategic, blah blah blah. So I feel like I wasn't mad that they kept the gamers out of the turret, because I wanted to see how they were going to play in a whole different element. Now they have to be on defense the entire time instead of being on offense. And so I wasn't mad at the fact that they weren't there, but I was a little shocked at maybe one or two of the traitor selections. The other one, I was just, look, we been new. We been new. Rob, Roush, Candace, and Lisa. I knew Lisa was gonna be, if they were going to put a housewife in there, it's going to be Lisa Rinna. If they're going to put a housewife in there, it had to be Lisa Rinna, because number one, she's Lisa Rinna. Number two, she's crazy, she's chaotic. She's not only a housewife, but she's also an actress. So she knows how to play a role. And I wasn't that mad with it, to be honest.
My thing, and this is just me. I kind of wish we didn't have two housewives. I wish, I'm not one of those people.
Agreed.
Like, it should be a gamer. I don't think that. I think I think it can be random as hell. You can pick whoever you want, whenever you want. Because if there's a gamer in the turret every year, what's going to happen is everyone is just going to vote out the gamers, and it won't matter, right? I like having turrets where it feels like anybody could be a traitor, because, I mean, even like if you're watching the prediction videos that people were posting on TikTok, right? I'm going to call out like Lauren Beck here specifically from Survivor. She posted one and she's like, they've had a Survivor or a Big Brother player every season, so I'm going to pick, I think she picked Tiffany to fill that. But like, honestly, not having a traitor this year is a good thing as a gamer. But I wish it would have been somebody like a Kristen Kish or like a Tara Lipinski or like a Monet Exchange. Somebody who has that isn't inherently connected through the Housewives Alliance, but is still going to be, actively an entertaining traitor. We know Monet wanted to be a traitor. We know that Kristen Kish wanted to be a traitor. So I don't know. It would have been a little bit more interesting, but I will say, was I cackling supremely hard when Rob comes into the turret, takes off his hood, and sees that it's Lisa and Candace? I thought that was fucking hysterical.
Rob looked like, okay. Oh my God. Oh dear. Like the fact that when he came in and he took it off, and they were just, because when they first came in and they just like jumping up and down screaming, and Rob comes in and Rob is not the jump up and down type of guy. He is not the screaming kind of guy. Rob takes off his robe and he's like, and they just like, he's like, yeah, this is great.
And I just say, Rob Roush, I did not know your game, sir. I know you said it in the draft, Lana. I know you did. But like, also, he's the only person on this cast in his 20s. So like, he is significantly younger than everyone here. And yet he's also, in my opinion, been the single most impressive player in this castle to this point. I have been loving watching him play. And also, I mean, I'll just be real, I think all three of the traitors have done a really good job so far. I haven't really, like, even last year it was kind of, Bob, you're doing a bit too much, you know, and like, Christian, you're doing a bit too much the first year.
Yes.
Like, there's usually somebody by now who's doing too much. All three of them are doing great, and I am quite impressed by all three of them.
I think Candace is doing a little much, but I think she's covering it better than most.
I think after we'll talk about the Portia thing in a bit, but after the Portia situation occurred, I think Candace is like, no, relax, chill. I can cover this with Portia. And then after that, I need to pipe down, not say a damn thing,
Mm-hmm.
and she's kind of dialed it back in.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
other than the fucking conga line, which we'll get to the conga line.
Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it was wild. I love seeing that initial meeting with the three traders. I also love seeing their reaction to the secret trader twist, and they were like, "Wait, what? This is bull!" Like they were so
Mhm.
mad because, which I would be mad too if I was a trader coming into the game. Like, yes, I get to be a trader. I get to kill people who I want, and now I'm like, you cut me off at the knees. Now I only get to kill people who somebody else picks for me. What if I didn't want to kill any of these people? It's like, but now you know. But I love their reaction. I think this is I'm gonna say it. I said what I said about Rob. Rob has definitely impressed me as well, and I'm so happy. I was like very vocal because I knew it. I knew it. Rob is a country boy from Alabama, and he is not that guy who is gonna be um making trouble, but he'll know how to. If trouble comes his way, he'll find a way to, it's he go cute his way out of it because Rob is so cute. Rob is fun. I mean, he's hot, so he has that charm and he has that charisma, and he's a broody kind of guy. So everybody always feels like he said in Love Island, girls come to me and they always want to change me and they feel like they could be the one that can change me, that could open me up, that can make me do things, and I just let them do it. Feel like that they never will, but they can. And I feel like that's what it is. People gravitate to Rob, they see he's very quiet, and they want to be that person to bring him out, so they don't want to lose Rob, especially because he's good at these challenges. And so of course they are not going to want to lose Rob. So I knew it. I'm just excited. I'm happy that Rob is getting on the show. This is the kind of show I want to see him on and thrive, and he's doing that. But it was fun. It's fun to watch. But they beat each other. They're happy with this traitor situation. Um. Oh, let me pull up the visual, and y'all go disappear for a second because I didn't fix that. But you'll be back. There we go. I was like, not me gone too. That's crazy. Um, I
It's
forgot I
like
put it in
I
on my
think the
computer.
wrong one. I was gonna say I think the wrong one is up here.
There's the wrong Lana's in here, but here we go. Um, but yeah, this was interesting to. I just wanted everybody to see who we talking about, and as we're going along, not that y'all don't know, but
Mhm.
um. After we get the traders, they go to breakfast. Everybody's there because there's no murder that night. Everybody's there. Um, and we go to our first mission, which is the mission that we saw in the first episode of UK, which is the boats and the caskets floating around the wait, did we not wait? Am I confused? Did we lose somebody in the first? No, we didn't.
No, we
We didn't lose
didn't.
nobody.
We
We
didn't.
didn't. I'm about
No,
to say
there
we
wasn't
didn't.
any murder.
No, that was no murder. We also, I'm like, hold on, Lana. Like so
Don't
many
worry.
traders
Everyone did the first
episodes.
mission. Everyone did the
I'm about
first
to say
mission.
everybody went to the first mission. So many traders episodes are floating in my brain right now, y'all. Please bear with me. But yeah, first mission, everybody goes. We're at the boats and the caskets are floating. You have to go out. They separate themselves in teams of three: the red team, the white team, and the green team. Um, they are going to go out, find these boats. I mean, these caskets. Caskets are floating. If you get the casket with the dollar sign on it, bring it back, plop it into a plot, and you bank some money. You bank the money, and that's great. Um, so they separate themselves into three teams. They do all that, but what they don't know is once they find these caskets with the money symbol on it, and they bring it back, before they plop it. They have to plop it into a casket, but all not casket, a grave site, but all the graves have names on it. And if you put your casket in the grave with somebody's name, you are putting them on the short list for murder. Or you put it on the list to be murdered.
They're
Say that.
eligible.
They are eligible to be murdered. And so we see these teams going off. Rob is in charge of the red team. Colton apparently is in charge of the green team. And Steven is in charge of the white team because they know how to row a boat. They were the only ones. They knew how to row a boat. So they got everybody in charge. Red team, Rob's team, they eating up. Like they taking off, they gone. They paddling away. Green team and white team, they stuck. They can't move. They don't know what's happening. Colton gets out, pushes the green team so they can start the rowing, and then they start the going. White team is still stuck. And they're like, how do we get out of here? They finally get out. People start finding caskets. They come back. Red team was like, let's put it right here. Ron is first. Let's put it in Ron. I was like, oh no, not Ron right after.
Not Ron Funches.
Not Ron
Not Ron
Funches.
Funches.
Not right
Okay.
after a bat.
My biggest problem with this mission is the way they have the graves set up, because it's quite literally 3 rows of graves and then they go back and then out. I kind of wish it was a little bit more simple. Like maybe they had to like open the grave and then like open the casket when they got it on shore and there's like a token in it and then they put the token in the box or something like that. Because I feel like that would just make it a little bit easier to like go out and not have it just be carry this big heavy casket to the spot. Like I get why they did it the way they did it because it's a lot more dramatic, but I don't know. It did seem a little bit unfair to some of the people who were just happened to have their graves close to the entrance.
Right.
Because not only did that happen to Ron, that happened to Rob Roush too, where they're both their graves are both like right there. So it was like, okay, put it here. It
almost happened to Portia.
I was gonna say it almost happened to Portia too at the very end, where they're trying to get this last casket, and they're like, "Oh, Portia's grave is empty. Let's go to Portia's grave."
It was just I agree with you. I wish it was a token or something smaller that they didn't feel like they had to heave all the way up. But
it reminds me of like the Easter Island mission from last year with the big like statues where they have to like build them and then put somebody's name on top and that person gets a shield. But it's kind of that in reverse. And also no one can be selfish and just carry their head to the top to put it on a statue. So that way they can get a shield. But no, I think the best play I saw in this challenge was Natalie Anderson going like, let's not go after each other.
Right.
The white boat is sucking. Let's all go after the white boat. And then the white boat gets it into gear. And then they team up with the green team. And then they start going after the red team.
Which I'm not mad at the green team because I would have did the same thing. Like, hey, they here with us too. We're going to work with whoever's close by. How about that? And it didn't. I loved it. I kind of loved it. Seeing them do that, and they had to do, one player who I felt they were like, were a little upset that their grave got put their names in. But then it was like Michael was upset. He felt like he took it personal, but he takes everything personal. But then it was like, wait a minute. They put it in mine. Eric is like, they put it in mine. And then Ron is like, and they put it in mine. All of us on the same team. Okay. I see what's happening here. They're coming for our team. It was interesting. I found that to be funny. But they end up getting $30,000 was available for them to get for this challenge. They ended up getting $22,500. So not bad. Not bad. One team went out of their way because Mark's cat grave was way in the back. They went out the bachelor right. They went out of their way to get Mark Ballas. And he was like, oh, somebody worked hard for me. Okay. I was like, if I would have felt like, oh, y'all were personally trying to come for me. Got it. Good. It's cool. But they ended up doing that. Certain people were the shielded players, and then the people who weren't was Rob, Ron, Eric, Mark, Michael, Dorinda,
Ian,
Ian,
Donna,
yeah, Donna,
and
and one more person,
Rob C. Both Robs.
Rob C.
Rob C. Yeah, Rob
Yeah.
C. So all of them were on the list, eligible to be murdered that night. Um, yeah,
Then they made them fill their graves in before they could go back to the before they could go back to the castle.
hello.
Shady Fox.
It's
Like,
giving like MasterChef, where it's like, oh, they like the losing team cleans cleans the
yes, you have
kitchens.
to clean the other people's kitchens.
Have you? Did you guys ever watch I think it was on Sci-Fi. It was this body paint competition, Skin Wars.
Yes.
They
Oh
used
yeah,
to have to hose down the canvas before they could leave.
yeah.
No, and it felt very much like that. I was like, this is some Skin Wars shit. Y'all are making them go.
Oh, how you gonna make them feel their own grave? That's so shady.
And I love how Dorinda's like, it's okay, everything's gonna be fine. And I'm like, Dorinda, girl, you're in danger. What do you mean?
Baby, she was panicking on the inside. Dorinda's like, it's fine. No, everything's good. But on the inside, she was like, oh no, if I get murdered on the first day again, I can't take it. I can't take it. So, uh, that was, I thought that was so shady. But I'm trying to think of anything else that interestingly happened before. Anything y'all want to talk that
Oh,
y'all thought
I
about?
think there was a highlight during the challenge where two of the boat, I think the green and the white boat, were fighting for a casket.
Hmm. And Colton
They
just
like
picked
they
it up
ended
and put
up
it on the boat.
Colton just fully like picked it up and then just put it in their ship.
Last, yeah, Colton,
Um,
yeah. Miss, okay,
I
let's
really that's it though.
let me talk about Colton real quick, cause like I wasn't a fan of him at all from The Bachelor or The Bachelorette and all that stuff, but I'm not even I'm a bigger not fan of him now. I don't because he feels to me like he's trying too hard to say he's gay. Like on every occasion, he's like, "Oh, I'm gay." Well, I'm not. I used to be a football player, but I'm gay now. Like, bro, we know, we get it, and we understand, and we truly appreciate that you can be happy to be gay. Be happy, be proud, step out loud and proud, do it. I feel like this is part of the like his strategy in not even just in his game, but in this life. This man, you went from being on The Bachelor and The Bachelorette to stalking somebody, and then now all of a sudden now you're gay, and because I and this is not just how mean or shady. I feel like he thinks because being gay is cool now, it's the thing to do. He's now like, hey, I'm gay and I'm proud of that. And I'm like, it doesn't feel genuine to me with him. It feels genuine with everybody else but him. And I don't know why I feel that way, but I don't like, maybe it's just my bias because I just don't like that man. I just don't like that man. And then, of course, in this episode here, he getting a little too big for his britches for my liking, and he going after people who I like, so I don't like him even more. So I'm like, not too much, Colton. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, call me out if I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm crazy. Tell me that's not it, and I will retract. But I don't know. He doesn't feel genuine to me. Am I crazy?
I'm just gonna say this. I've been seeing all these posts online about him being like this really great faithful. He has done nothing impressively to me. Like
Mm.
as a faithful, here is his resume to this point. Okay, lifting a coffin out of the water. Okay, cool. You kept a little something for your team. I'll give you that. But
Also like pushing a ship, pushing a boat
yeah, but
full of
like a few other people did it too. I'm not gonna give him that. Individual accomplishments that are solely for Colton. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Lifting the coffin out of the water during the first mission, so that way your team could decide who got the shield, who got put up for murder. Okay, sure, I'll give you that. Driving the vote against Donna at the first banishment, and then flipping to Portia for no reason. So actively getting other people, possibly putting them in the line of fire for no reason when you yourself couldn't even stick to what you had said. Then we go to the next mission where you're actively taking a shield and possibly hindering your group because, granted, I'm not going to blame somebody for trying to get a shield, but imagine they were a little bit behind him being one of, if not the biggest person on this cast in terms of height. Like that could have seriously hurt their chances of getting to the end and getting all of that money. Not to mention the fact that he is such a driving force behind the Donna Kelsey thing. And everyone's like, oh, well, Donna was a traitor. He was right. I'm like, yeah, but it wasn't even him who originally pitched it. He just kind of hopped on the bandwagon and didn't get off after he had already gotten off the first time. And then with this last mission, he just completely failed. And now he's sus on Tiffany, who is not a traitor. So please explain to me what this man has done successfully. Quickly.
Just not. Okay, go ahead, Elise. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I agree. I just don't know much about Colton, so I guess my view is a bit different. But also, like, I am convinced that, like, there are times where he is a bit performative, especially the whole, like, him being out and proud as a queer person, which, again, like you said, Lana, love that for him. Be gay, cool. We don't need to rub that in everyone's faces.
You don't have to keep announcing it because I feel like you're doing it, and for what? We know you're gay. We get it. And we understand it. Nobody's shaming you. Nobody's saying you can't be. Nobody's saying not to be or keeping it down, or nobody trying to throw you back in the closet ever. I just feel when he brings it up, it's always to play up a situation of why he's this and why I can't do that. Oh, I used to be a football player, but now I'm just gay. It's like, okay, Colton, we get it, bruh. I don't know, because nothing bothered me at all about anything else. Like Johnny was like, "Oh, we're on the gay boat. Look at the queer boat. I love that," and I was like, "Yes, Johnny." Nothing bothered me about that because I know Johnny, and I'm like, I get it. We get it. He don't have to announce it. Like it's just Johnny. I want Colton to just be happy being Colton, and if we get it. We understand it. And we're proud of you for being happy with who you are finally. We're proud of you too. You're proud. We're proud. Everybody's proud. But I don't know. It just felt, I don't know.
We also have 3 other gay people on this, 3 other gay men. Actually, I don't know what Monet identifies gender-wise.
Well, I don't know Monet.
I don't know what Monet's gender identity, but I'll say Monet, Jam, Johnny, I believe Kristen Kish is a lesbian. So, like, there are other gay people.
Kristen Kish is a lesbian.
She is a lesbian. So I'm like, they're not. This is not new to us.
On this cast. I think Natalie Anderson also might be bisexual. So, like, there are a lot of queer people on this cast.
We are not new to this. You don't have to announce it. Like, come on.
The only time that somebody brought up being gay and I thought it was funny on this episode, I think it was Johnny in the boat being like, so I'm on the gay boat with
That's
Monet,
what I'm just saying.
Jam, and Colton. I'm like, that's funny. But like, constantly talk like, but this is not your Netflix docuseries. I understand that you filmed one and that you might be thinking that this is your Netflix docuseries. I promise you it's not.
It's not. It is not. We know you, Colton. That's great. But I don't know. I'll move on. I'll move on because I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble for that. But it's okay. It's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it if I do. But I don't know. I just felt that he's just so performative to me. I don't appreciate it. But we get back to the castle after the mission. Everybody's talking, still trying to figure out what's gonna happen. Well, we get in the car. On the way in the car, we have Portia talking in the car with Portia, Mora, and Candace. And they're in the car and they're talking about the mission and what has happened. And Candace mentions that Michael was very adamant about putting coffins in housewives' graves. And she was like, what? Because Portia mentioned that they almost tried to get her at the end with her casket. And she was like, and Candace was like, yeah, because Michael was very adamant about getting housewives out. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. Now, Michael did say get Portia because she was right there and they only had 10 seconds left. But he never said, I'm adamant about getting out the housewives. So he never actually said, let's go for the housewives. He's gunning for the housewives. But he did say, put it here because Portia's right here.
Yeah.
So Candace's story was half true, but not fully true. And so
But
Portia was
also,
like,
like,
oh,
I feel like there are other people that can attest, even before the first challenge, where he was like, oh, 3 traitors, there's 5 housewives, 5 gamers, and one person from each of those categories could be a traitor. Each.
right, right. Literally put that out there before any of all this was going down. So it could have been a thing, but they don't do that. The story was, like I said, half true. So Portia's now like a little perturbed hearing that Michael was going for the housewives. And so she brings it up once they get back to the castle and is talking to people and like, well, Michael was going for the housewives. And they were like, she says it to Michael, like, I heard you was going for the housewives. And he was like, who said that? Like, I never said that. And she was like, well, that's what I heard. He was like, well, who'd you hear it from? And so now they have to go and find out, do this meeting on who, she heard it from. So she goes and she's into the kitchen with Michael, and Candace is in there and Maura is in there and a whole lot of people are in there. And she asked, like, Candace, you said Michael said he was going for the housewives. And Michael was like, I didn't say that. And Candace was like, I never said that. And I was
Well, that's
like,
not what I said. You're getting things confused.
and I was like, oh,
Candace
Candace.
gagged me with that.
I said, oh,
Candace actually kind of gagged
Candace.
me with that. I was like, successfully gaslighting Portia is crazy.
I
said,
really thought we were about to have a housewife fight on the Traitors. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Me
But
too. I was like,
but
I was like, oh, Candace,
played
I was
this
not aware
so
of your
well.
game. I was like, I was not aware of your game and how you were just, like you said, so easily able to gaslight Portia just
Mhm.
like that. And then Maura corroborates the story. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't hear that. I don't remember. And Maura's like, I don't remember anything. And I'm just like, hello?
And she literally reacted so hugely to what Candace said. I thought Maura was about to throw her under the bus and Candace was about to get like totally screwed. But instead, it kind of just turned into this really fun situation where now it looks like Portia's stirring the pot instead of Candace, or even that Portia, or even if it was just a simple miscommunication, right? It kind of takes the spotlight off Candace, it pushes it onto Portia, and it keeps it on Michael, who has been the most annoying fucker in this first episode. Period. I'm over this man in one episode, and God, but we get, and this is also before the first mission. I think before even it was after the Traitors got picked, but before the first mission, Michael had this whole thing about wanting to go after the gamers and the housewives because there's a lot of them and because blah 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 blah. And I'm like, good luck. Good luck finding the troops to rally. I don't think you're going to.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It was wild to say the least. So Candace is like successfully gaslit everything and was like moving on. We go to sleep because after all that, well, yeah, we go to bed because what else is there to be said? Because we have to come back and the traitors have to murder somebody now. Finally, the traitors have to murder somebody. And we get to the turn and they find out who's on this short list from the Secret Traitors. And it's Eric, Ian, Mark, and Rob R, who is a traitor. Because
So they're not going to murder him.
It's never going to be him. So it's really Mark, Ian, and Eric who are up for murder. And the second I saw this list, I knew what was going to happen. I
I
just
was, I
knew
was,
what was going to
I
happen.
immediately looked at my phone and I was like, I'm terrified to open Twitter right now because I have a feeling I know what I'm going to see if I open Twitter right now.
Yep.
Part of me was like, well, maybe they might do a random thing and not go after a gamer this early, because in reality, taking out a gamer does immediately remove some of the sus. It puts a little bit more sus on the gamers. But at the same time, if I'm a gamer and I see a gamer's gone, I don't think a gamer's in the turret. I just don't.
No.
So at least that was
Correct.
my original thought. But then when they started talking about it just being, anytime the traders say it's random when they're talking about someone, that's kind of like, okay, you're not
It's
gonna.
not.
It's
Never
not
random.
gonna happen.
It,
I'm really sad.
I am truly sad too because
I'm very sad, but I
we
understand.
I understand. As much as I hate it, I understand, but I'm mad because for two reasons. Number one, we have waited a long time. Well, not a long. Well, we've waited long enough to see Ian in a game, not Big Brother, but back on our screens to do what Ian does. But one thing about Ian, he's so super smart that even he said he understood why he was gone. And I'm like, ugh. But and because Ian was on my draft team and I didn't like to see him gone. But breakfast rolls around and Ian's gone. And I'm pissed.
I'm so fucking sad.
Sad boy.
I fucking love Ian Terry. And I'm copying music. I was more for a bit, but Ian is the reason I love Big Brother. Ian is the reason that I love reality TV, to be honest with you. And Ian going home first. And again, I'm not mad at them for playing the game and making, honestly, I think a good decision for their games.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fucking gut-wrenching for me.
Yep.
Like, I think the only person that going home first that would have hit me harder would have been like Rob Cesternino and like we'll talk about that. But Ian leaving this early is just a gut punch, and I'm really upset about it. Pull Dorinda and bring him back for season 5, damn it, please.
Hello. Ugh. It hurt. It hurt. It was annoying. It was frustrating. It was like, dang it, why? But it is what it is. Ian had to go. And here's my thing. When Ian leaves and Tiffany makes her speech at breakfast, you know who has something to say about it? Colton. That seems suspicious. Why does she feel the need to say all that? They were on. I mean, I get they were on the same show, but like they weren't in the same season. Like, what would you? Hello, does it matter? Big Brother fans, Big Brother alumni, they stick together. That's what they do. Just like you wouldn't say nothing if there was a housewife, because why would the housewives be so sad? Because they're housewives, they're friends. They might be on different franchises, but they're still, whatever. And any other player, if it was another Bachelor person, he would want to protect the Bachelor people. Like it.
Yeah.
But why does that make her suspicious for
Am I-
saying that Ian is a sweet guy?
Am I crazy for saying that a former Big Brother winner who is still largely part of the Big Brother culture and literally one of the most successful people in the modern day Big Brother era, post Big Brother All Stars, would have some form of communication and be aware of each other? Like,
Hello?
am I wild for thinking that?
Hello? It's just, I was like, why does
Not to
that make
mention
her
that-
suspicious?
Not to mention that Ian was literally on All Stars the year before Tiffany's season, so on top of that, like they are both at least aware of each other, and they both are reputationally still part of the Big Brother community. So, like, why is it, like, granted, Colton may not know that, but at the same time, if I hear, oh, one Big Brother person is talking about how nice the other Big Brother person is, why is that suspicious?
Riddle me that. I just never. I was like, "What do you mean that's suspicious?" Okay, Colton. All right, got you. Uh, but Ian leaving just ugh. It just, I don't know. I didn't like it, but I understood it, and that's the thing. Understand game, the game recognized game. We understand why he had to go, and then hearing the post interview where he talked about his conversation he had with Rob Roush made sense of why Rob was like, this cat is too smart. We can't leave him in this game to figure us out. So it made sense, but yeah, it is what it is. But um we just lost Anissa because Anissa had to go, so bye Anissa. But keeping it moving after breakfast. Mission. We have a mission.
This one was boring.
This one.
So they have these like chariots, right? And 3 people sit on the chariots and they like push them throughout these places, and they have to stop to grab money to put them in the back of the chariots. But also they can find little shield crests, and if they find that, they can take someone's seat on the chariot, and then whoever's sitting in the chariots when they get back to the castle, the 3 people, only 3 people, get a shield, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the overall, and they have 45 minutes to do this. It's a pretty long road from what we are told.
Yes.
It was boring. it was really boring. With the only interesting part coming at the very end with God, who was it? Jam Jam, Mora,
Jam and Colt. Yeah, Jam Jam and Mora. And Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he wasn't even the interesting part.
No.
So they push, they get money, shields are acquired. Colton's tall ass decides, yes, it makes a lot of sense to get rid of a small woman off of these chariots, so that way we can try to lose money. 100% great idea, Colton. At the risk of me getting a shield. But Jam Jam, why did you not boot Colton off that chair? That's my only question. That's the only thing I'm wondering.
The way I was screaming at my screen when Jam Jam was looking at Mora, and I was like, okay, Jam Jam, I get it that you want to get a shield. I get that. And that's fine. Get the shield. But you're gonna take Mora off when you could pick big old Colton off. Like, why does Colton need a shield? But maybe this is where Colton's announcements running in about how he's so gay is working in his favor, because Jam Jam, who is also gay, is like, oh, he's cute, I like him, and I don't want to get him mad at me, so I'm gonna keep him on there too, and we could both have shields. I'm like, because Jam Jam did mention that he was like, Colton's cute, Colton's handsome, Colton's da-da-da-da, even though everybody is thirsting over Rob, but I'm like, all y'all gay folks are thirsting over Rob, the straight man? Typical. This is why we get mad and get hurt.
Here's my question, right? If you're going to thirst over a straight man in the castle, no shade to Rob, because he's a very conventionally attractive man, right?
Rob's hot.
You are spoiled for choice between 3 very pretty men. Like, you have at this point in the game.
Yes, yes.
As far as I'm aware, because I think Ron is taken. I know Rob Sesternino is taken.
Yes.
I don't know Stephen Coletti like that, but for some reason I feel like I remember.
I feel like he might be.
I feel like he might be married. But like, you have Eric Naum. He is a very pretty man. He's a very beautiful man. You have Mark Ballas, who, he's not. He has the long hair, so that might be interesting to some people. But he's still very pretty. And then you have Rob Roush, who's like eye candy. So like, you have options. And
He
you
loves
had
you.
Ian when he was here, even if he is married, because Ian is a very attractive man. Like I love Ian, but yeah,
I just was like,
Jam Jam.
Colton's sitting right there.
Yeah, but I mean, I get the idea of it being like maybe because Mora's been on the chariot the longest, and like I could see that being the logic. But then we get this absolutely stupid moment, and the only reason I'm bringing it up is because it becomes relevant for the roundtable. Where Jam Jam puts the little token in the slot of the chariot to like officially confirm that they're taking the seat for Mora. So like Jam Jam's getting on the chariot. Michael's dumbass comes over to try to take the coin and be like, I need a shield, blah, 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 blah. And Jim's like, I already put the token in. And Michael's pissed because he felt entitled to a damn shield. And Jam Jam was like, you didn't get the token. Granted, neither did Jam Jam. I think, was it Steven that gave Jam Jam the token? Somebody gave
Rob. Yeah, I think it was
somebody gave
Rob.
Jam Jam the token. Somebody gave
Rob gave him the token. Yeah. Because Rob said he gave him the token because he thought he was a secret traitor.
Regardless, it wasn't Michael's. So this then becomes relevant later at the roundtable as the only reason I'm bringing it up. But it was really dumb and really annoying. And Michael Rapaport.
What I don't understand is why he felt that there was some negotiation that could be happening because nobody else, he didn't negotiate with anybody else the entire time. Like he didn't try to negotiate when Mora got her coin, when Colton got his coin. Like he didn't try to negotiate. He was like waiting to the last minute, and the last person being Jam Jam. Like I thought we would be able to negotiate and talk about who can get the shield and why they need it. And I'm like, who does that? Nobody did that this entire time. Why would they do it now? It just didn't make sense. And for him to get upset about it, I was just like, you're dumb. Because why? That doesn't make any sense. Jam Jam got the coin in his possession. It is his coin to do what he wants with it. And he chose to take Mora off the seat. And even if I don't agree with taking Mora off the seat, it was his choice to do so. And he didn't have to negotiate with anybody. So Michael getting upset about not negotiating was stupid. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense because nobody negotiated where their coins went. Nobody. The entire game.
Also, Diva, you had every opportunity to find one of these tokens yourself, and you didn't. Okay, I'm not going to say I'm sorry because I'm not, because I want you to get murdered. But like, you didn't find one. Tough luck. Deal with it. Why don't you pick yourself up by your bootstraps, to use an expression you like so much, and just deal with it. Fuck off. We don't care.
Deal with it. We do not care. We do not care. We do not care. Like, ugh.
Yeah, I kind of don't want to talk about it anymore, but it was relevant enough that we had to bring it up.
Yeah, but Colton, Caroline, and Jam Jam eventually got the shields. Great. Mm-hmm. They finished with 10 minutes left to spare. Mm-hmm. Great.
Another $22,500 for the pot, bringing us to a grand total at this point of $45K, which, a pretty good start. I think we're at a good point thus far. But yeah, I was just, oh well.
Yeah, I think this was a good start for this show. For the money, and I feel like on both UK and US, they're doing really well with the money and getting for the prize pot. They're building it up really well, so I love that for them. So we get back to the house at the little argument that happened at the castle. Blah blah blah, whatever, because entitlement. What I loved is how Jam Jam was like, "Hey, I need the shield too." Michael's like, "I don't think you need the shield." He's like, "What do you mean?" I felt like I needed the shield, so I got the shield. It's just so stupid. So I get back to the. It was just dumb to me. It was just so annoying and dumb. So I get back to the house, talking more about this first round table that they're going to go through and what they're going to do for the round table, and Portia is having conversations with a few people in the room, and she says, when we killed Ian last night, or when I killed Ian, da 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 da, and Ron took that as, oh, well, oh, he heard it, Michael heard it, and they were kind of like, huh.
Donna heard it.
Donna heard it too. And then she also, Portia found herself making statements throughout the night, like when I killed Ian. She mentioned that it's probably, she was like, it's four traitors. It got to be four traitors out there, right? And so, me personally, I wouldn't have took that as, oh, she knows there's four traitors. I would have, she probably assumed like it's three traitors and a secret traitor, because they knew it was a secret traitor. So, and they know on the usual seasons is three traitors. So she probably just assumed it's four traitors, right? But for people who might not have watched the show, don't realize that it's usually three traitors in the turn at a time. And so they didn't understand that she was probably just assuming that it was four traitors.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't
And
really help herself.
yeah, she did kind of put her foot in her mouth a few times, and apparently, and later we find out from Candace, this is something that Portia does from time to time, where she just doesn't like clearly express what she means when she speaks.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, as someone who doesn't watch Housewives like at all, I don't know Portia, but I will say I know of her. So
Mm-hmm.
hearing this happen, I was like, oh, this is not a great look, because it kind of seemed like going into this roundtable before this that it was between this like contingent of people, the gamers really, who were like, I don't care if Michael's a traitor or not. He's a bad faithful, and we need to get rid of him because he's causing a lot of problems. And this other
Mm-hmm.
contingent of people like, Donna's not talking to anybody. Donna's being very quiet and it's shady, and we don't need that
Yeah.
around here. And it kind of seemed like it was going to be between them, but then Ron's like, I kind of want to just say what I think about Portia and see what people say about it. And we get to the round table, and Ron just kind of spearheads the entire thing and is like, look, Portia, I have 3 pieces of evidence as to why you're a traitor. And it was really well articulated, really well explained. He had people back up his evidence. And, I was really impressed by Ron here, even if he was barking up the wrong tree.
Right.
It was still really impressive to watch. Honestly, out of all of the faithfuls so far, Ron has impressed me the most in terms of how he's articulating his game. Him and Natalie Anderson, which we'll talk about Natalie Anderson in a minute, but watching the two of them, explain their thought process, explain what they're doing, was really, really fun to watch. And I think Ron did a really great job here.
Agreed. I think he did. He explained it like better than anybody could explain it. He got those pieces of evidence. He presented it. He said, "This is what I think. I'm not telling you what y'all should do. I'm just saying what I feel like. This is what it is, and this is why I feel that way." And I was like, "Oh, okay, Ron. I see you. I feel that. I understand it." Like you said, yes, he was barking up the wrong tree, but he barked up the tree in the best way possible, like very convincingly. Um, and it was wild. It was wild to watch that go down. But still, even in that situation, I'm kind of shocked because we also have Michael at the round table, because only a few people heard Portia say these things, like when I killed Ian, or it's four traitors. Only a few handful of people heard her say that. When we had Michael at the round table going back and forth with Jam Jam still, and going, doing their thing. And Michael says, well, when we killed, or what did he say, when we murdered that person, when we killed that person, he eventually said when we did it, which was a Freudian slip because he's not a traitor, but he did it in front of everybody. And to me personally, I would have taken what I just saw in front of me than what other people are telling me.
Mm-hmm.
That would have had more weight for me in that moment than, oh, well, this three people heard her say it, and so they came and told us that she said it. Then the person who's sitting right in front of me just said it, and I heard him say it. Like I trust my own ears than other people's mouths.
Mhm.
If that makes sense.
Yep, it does.
And so I would have voted out Michael in that moment. Like, whoa, did you just hear what he just said? Like that, I would have made a big deal about that.
I was so certain when that happened that he was going because
Me too.
everybody kind of pounced on it. Um, and Monet here also did a really good job of explaining, hey, look, every single person at this roundtable just heard you say that, right? We all heard you. It's not like something even with the Portia situation when there's a couple people that backed it up, right? Every single person heard you just say that. We all heard it, which is why I'm hopeful that he may not be long for this world.
I hope so.
But yeah, we get to the banishment. I was bummed. I was sad.
The banishment did not. Ugh, it pissed me off because it was for what reason? By a vote of 10 to 8 to 4. They got rid of Portia. And again, I'm like, bad night for me on my draft. Like, F my draft. But this was horrible. And for no reason. But when this man literally said it in front of all of y'all, like, oh.
Well, I mean, and Candace tried. Candace literally said, this is how she is. Sometimes she says things that she's not. Like, she said sometimes misspeaks. This is who she is as a person. But I gotta say, Lisa Rinna, you are playing with fire here because voting out another housewife this early? I respect the hustle, Lisa, but you got to be careful.
I was like, why did she do that? But then I understood. Look here. Lisa Rinna is more strategic than we like to give her credit for, than some people want to give her credit for. And I think, is it dangerous to vote for the housewives this early? Yes. But is it a good move to vote for a housewife this early? Yes. Because now people are going to look and be like, oh, because she's not housewife strong. She's just playing the game. And I feel like if people even the housewives recognize, like, why would she do that? That don't make no sense. But you can talk to them your friends. They your friends. They go listen to you and be like, I panicked. You can tell them anything and try to get them on your side, and they'll probably trust and believe you a little bit more. But in the eyes of everybody else, I feel like they'll be like, okay, Lisa is somebody who we can actually play with because she's not going to just be, housewife strong if she feels that person could be a traitor. So I don't know if it was the worst move, but I don't know for her housewife sisters. I didn't know if it was going to have any repercussions on her, if they were going to say anything to her. And it didn't look like it did have any effect on her, on what they was in. Like, they mentioned it afterwards, like, why would she do that? But then it was deaded. Like, we didn't hear anything else after that.
I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that, look, Lisa and Candace are both traitors. Obviously, they're right now, and they're in the position where the three of them are working well together. Causing unnecessary drama is not going to help their case. Dorinda is already walking on eggshells because she's worried about getting murdered early again, so she doesn't want to cause any problems.
Exactly.
And Caroline's the only one to really ask questions about it, like why she did it. And Dorinda even says that's not like Lisa. Lisa would normally not do that. But she doesn't want to pursue it because she's going to get murdered. Or banished. So at this point, the other two housewives are walking on eggshells enough that they can't risk it. And then why would Candace be the one to turn on Lisa about this? So I think they're all playing a really delicate game that Lisa's allowed to do this in this situation, but in other circumstances, maybe she wouldn't be able to.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But
right.
But I will say, this next murder, like, fun.
In plain sight.
This early too is crazy.
But I knew it was because of UK. But I'm like, how are they going to do it? Like, I was excited on how they were going to do this because the UK version one was so interesting and how they did it. I'm like, what's the twist they're going to do for this one? And I say, This was so fun. Like the traitors got their letters that said they're going to kill each other, kill somebody in plain sight, or they're going to put people. Yeah, they're going to kill in plain sight. And the secret traitor has already had a short list of people of who they were going to put on the short list, and it was Kristen, Monet, Rob C, and Tara. And so that was a short list of people, and I was like, "Oh my god, no, no, no!" Because why do every time the short list come out, I'm like, oh, I know what they gonna do. I think I know what they gonna do. And it was between, for me, I was between two people because I'm like, they're probably going to either kill Robsy or Bonet at this point. And I don't want either of them to go. Like, this is stupid. I hate it. But the
I'll say right
car,
now, best play here, in my opinion, was killing Tara Lipinski by a
that's
country mile.
agreed.
Okay, for so many reasons. Reason number one, even if you don't know about Tara and Johnny, killing Tara puts no blood on your hands whatsoever, right? Like, literally, taking out Rob hyper focuses that the traitors are only taking out gamers. That is a problem, because then you're taking the suspicion off of Natalie and Jam Jam and Tiffany, in theory, right? You're taking the suspicion off of them, right? So that's a problem, one. Two, you've taken out two gamers in a row, so then people are going to be like, why are there still 4 housewives in the game, and why has nobody went for the housewives yet? So you're putting a laser focus on Candace and Lisa. The only person that killing anyone other than Tara is good for is Rob Roush. And, like, even then, I think Rob's is in a really good position where nobody's going to suspect him the entire season. He's currently my winner pick, because literally, who is going to think this man is a traitor? I don't think anybody. So you then zoom out a little bit more, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we know Dawn is the secret traitor, right? She put 2 people that voted for Michael up in Rob C and Monet. Great.
Mm-hmm.
I that maybe you should have put everyone that voted for Michael up, except for Jam Jam, because you couldn't. But literally, I would have put Tiffany in there too. Literally, because you're kind of forcing their hand at picking somebody who's gonna go after Michael to kind of frame Michael. It wasn't a great look. I honestly think killing Tara was just a really good choice, and I'm a little gutted that they didn't go for it. I kind of thought there was a chance they might kill Kristen, because we haven't really seen a ton of Kristen in these episodes yet.
Mm-hmm.
So they would just get Kristen out early, and that's why we haven't really seen a lot of Kristen. But when they were talking about it, and Rob and Lisa were talking about it over the chessboard,
which
I knew,
which was okay. Let's talk about how they get Rob Roush. You, sir, man,
he's impressing me.
I love to be right, and I love to be right, and I love that I'm right about Rob. And I knew I was gonna be right about Rob. Every draft I pick, I was like, y'all sleeping on Rob, and I will happily take him. I will happily take him because I think y'all sleeping. But so this is how they had to do it. They had to get it was a cards of the short list and a picture that was in the kitchen. And so Rob and Lisa and Candace are now trying to figure out how to get everybody out of the kitchen so they can go grab the cards, see who's on the short list. Then they had to burn the card of the person who they wanted to murder in the breakfast hall. And so I was like, okay. So now they're trying to figure out how they're going to do this. So Candace decides, hey, everybody, after that intense, round table and everything, and everybody's so tense and everything, let's do a conga line. Let's just shake it off and do a conga line. Let's have a little fun. And so she's working hard and trying to get folks to do the conga line. A couple people were like, yeah, let's do it. And then there was like, some people were like, conga line, I don't know. But eventually she gets this conga line going. We see Rob Roush in the kitchen with somebody else. They're like, he's like, come on, let's do the conga line. He's like, all right, I'm gonna do it. He goes do tips, like, nah, I'm not doing this. This is stupid. So he runs back into the kitchen, which I'm like, brilliant, Rob. He goes to the kitchen, grabs the cards, pulls to see who's on it. Then he goes into, after the conga line breaks up. In the midst of the conga line, we see Rob, Sister Nino, grab Tiffany, and it's like, let's get out of here. A conga line? No, they killed in plain sight. It's something that's going on. Something that's happening. Is some killing going on in plain sight. We don't want to be a part of it. Don't let nobody touch you, hug you, kiss you, nothing. Like, don't. Let's hide. So they hiding out in the library, which I was like, see, brilliant, smart minds. He like, we not don't. I don't know how they go do it, but they killing in plain sight. Let's get out of the way. And so, right, he was right the whole time. He was absolutely right about that. But he didn't know how it was happening.
Mhm.
And so, seeing that go down, so after they break up the conga line, whatever, Rob Roush, being super smart that he is, decides he has to figure out who they are going to kill. So he pulls Lisa and like, hey, you play chess? And Lisa's like, not really. He said, I'm gonna teach you. Come on, let's play some chess. So now they're being taught. He's teaching her how to play chess while also telling her who is on this list. He's like, so this is the queen, this is Rob C, this is Kristen, this is
Tara,
Tara, and
Monet.
this is Monet, and this is which we move. And he said, so which piece would you move? Now Tara's sitting right there watching them. But after a while, everybody knows you ain't gonna sit there and watch people play chess for too long because that's boring. And so she's watching for a minute and then she leaves. And so he's like, okay, now which one would you move? So they move and she picks. They know what they're doing. Rob goes into the breakfast hall, burns the card, and throws it in the fireplace. I was like,
okay, but the crazy part is as they're leaving, Candace comes into the room, tries
And
to
they
look
say
at the
nothing.
fireplace, doesn't see anything. So Candace doesn't even know who's on the damn short list.
She don't know. She don't know who on the short list, and she don't know who got burned, who got killed. She has no idea.
Yeah. Crazy. Like, so entertaining. And I have to say here too, we were talking about how impressive Rob was here. Candace having the gumption of saying, I am going to pull as many people into this one thing as possible to give them this opportunity to get this done. Stellar work from her. And then also Lisa saying, I don't need to be one of the two people spearheading this. I'm just going to fade into the background and be like a normal human being here. Incredible work.
It was.
This
The
was
Traitors ate that up.
This was the most calculated murder in plain sight I think we have ever had on the U.S. Traitors. So good job, all three of you. You ate this up.
They ate it up. They ate it up. I was like, period. And the crazy part is, throughout all of this, we see a conversation between Rob Sesternino talking to Candace like the traitors are killing in plain sight. And Candace is like, oh, what you mean? And he was like, something is happening. And then he was like, you started the conga line, right? She's like, yeah, I started it. He was like, they killing in plain sight. Something is going on. Not knowing that she is actually in it. That conga line was the distraction so the other traders can get what needs to be done. And so I was just like, this was just brilliant on all fronts. The way the traders handled this, the way Rob was so in tune with what was going on, even though he didn't know what was happening. And then after all of that, Candace not knowing who got murdered, who was on the short list, anything, nothing, she knows nothing. All of that takes place. And what do you know? The next morning at breakfast, who don't show up? Rob Sister Nino. When I tell you, I was gagged, gooped, retrieval, and gutted all at the same time because we have all been waiting for Rob Sesternino to get back on our TV screens for a long time to play these games, and I was sad, absolutely sad to see Rob go this early in the game because I know what kind of game Rob could have played in this game. If Rob was a traitor, please stop the presses he won. I'm saying I would have called him my winner pick very beginning. But the fact that we got to see that Rob came in this game and then he only made it through one murder and one banishment and then he was gone pisses me off. But on the flip side, the fact that the Traitors did not even know. Rob and Lisa did not even know how in tune Rob was with this game and how he knew something was happening and that he was the biggest threat because if Rob didn't go, he could have came back and been like, Candace started this conga line, something went down, you had something to do with it. It could have all blew up in her face too, but they killed him, and it's like everything just worked. Oh, this was such a good moment and a horrible moment all at the same time.
Yeah, I'm bummed. Like, and again, it's the game. We know anybody can go in anytime on this show, so we shouldn't get attached. It's like watching Game of Thrones. Like, you just have to expect people are gonna die, and that's just how it is. But like at the same time, seeing how gutted Rob was when he got murdered, that hit me.
Police.
I'm just gonna say right now, I think we were, pardon the pun here, I think we kind of got robbed of some really good television here. And I would like to give a special shout out to CBS because you all are stupid. This man shouldn't have even been here. He should have been on the 50 cast. And the fact that you all didn't put him on Survivor 50, big mistake, Jeffrey. Big mistake. I really hope that in some capacity, Rob will be able to do more things like this. We know how badly he was waiting for this opportunity. And I think I'm of the opinion that we're going to be getting a U.S. Traitors All-Stars in the near future.
We have to at this point. We have to.
I think, honestly, you could do it for season 5 and just have it be like 4 people from each season, and boom, no 4. Like you can have 6 people from each season, boom, cast of 24. That's all you need to do, right?
Is it?
And I think Rob would be a really, or honestly, you can even do Traitors second chances and let it just be people who didn't do particularly great their first time and bring them back. I don't care, but like Ian and Rob, I think they both deserve another shot, and I would love to see them get that opportunity again.
Absolutely.
But you know, it is what it is. It's bum, and I know the internet is not happy whatsoever. They have been all over my timeline today and yesterday and Thursday about talking about like Bob C got screwed. No,
he
played the game.
He played the game.
He
got God.
And also, the internet's blaming Donna Kelsey for this, and like, I don't agree. I don't think Donna had a particular target in mind.
No.
At this particular banishment, I think she was kind of just lost, honestly.
I think the only people that Donna was protecting in this entire game was Ron and Michael, because those are 2 people who she was riding with. Those are the only people who was listening to her, or the only people she talked to. So I don't think she really cared anyway who else got it. She just gave it to whoever she, who was out there. So I don't. And look, I think somebody said this. I think I saw it on a tweet. Everybody was like, everybody worried about the Swifties coming for people who went for Donna. Y'all need to be worried about the Rapture. The Rob Has a Podcast people coming for your next, because they stay online and they'll be online. They got all the time in the world to come at you for taking out Rob Cesternino so very early. And I was like, facts. Like, facts, because that has been, like you said, that has been on my timeline. Rob Has a Podcast has a lot of reach, and that to see the Survivor fans, the Rob Has a Podcast fans, everybody who enjoys reality TV and has been following Rob, to see him go on this show, everybody was so excited. And for him to go out like this, did he get robbed? Not really. Like you said, he played the game and he got, he just got. But that's the game. And I don't blame Rob or Lisa for picking him, because honestly, that's who you pick. That's who you take out. And Rob said itself. They want to take out they want to keep the non-threats. And right now, Rob Cesternino was a big threat. And
and we're talking about specifically with Lisa here too, right? I do think Tara would have been a stronger option for everyone's game overall. But when we're looking at who the other options were, Lisa's not killing Monet. No one's killing Monet like that. And Kristen, as far as we're aware, and what has been said by the exit press, was actually closer with the housewives than she was with a lot of other people in this cast. So in that manner of you have an option of killing a housewife or not killing a housewife, the answer is don't kill a housewife and just move on. So like it sucks. I think Rob just kind of got hit by circumstances here. But it is what it is, I guess.
It definitely is. But so after Rob is gone, Tiffany, of course, is like, dang, to Ian and then Rob. You just start seeing what's happening. You're like, okay, this is what's going on. They coming after the gamers in the tour. The traitors themselves are coming after us. So what do we do? How do we now? I may not particularly like the alignments of certain people, but do I understand it a little bit? A little bit. Because Alan comes in and was like, we're going to go to this mission, and you pick your partners, the people who you trust. And for some reason, Tiffany trusts Michael. And I was like, oh, I don't want Tiffany to trust Michael.
I don't think she.
I think she thinks she's. Yeah, I think she thinks she's a traitor.
I think she wants to play the Sandra game here of
she wants to
I'm going to be protected by a traitor and have them be my traitor angel, and I'm going to have them watch over me. The problem here is that she's wrong.
She's wrong.
She didn't pick the right person. Mother Diaz Twine was 100% correct in her guess. So she was able to, ride that wave all the way to the final five when we finally saw God, who even was it? I forget. God, who was Sandra's who it was season 2. I am blanking on season 2 because I don't remember.
Was her traitor angel?
Oh, Phaedra.
Phaedra.
Yeah. So when Phaedra finally gets murdered, Sandra, she gets killed the next murder. Phaedra's banished. Right. Phaedra gets killed by Sandra gets killed by Kate. So Tiffany's trying, and I will say for that game, playing it brilliantly. She just didn't pick a traitor, so now she has to worry about people thinking, you trust Michael. That's interesting, Tiffany.
That's an interesting choice.
But then we get told that we're having a banishment before the mission.
Yeah. Interesting. Instant banishment. And being that we're watching both UK and US, I knew this was coming. I was just like, when is it coming? But I knew it was coming. I'm like, instant banishment is going to happen. They did the instant banishment, and it was like, Ron felt a little like, okay, I don't know, because I just did that whole Portia thing, and Portia turned out to be a faithful. So people are kind of upset with me right now. There's very little time for talking in between breakfast and the round table. So people are starting to feel a little nervous about going into this instant round table. Donna is like telling people, she's like, I'm trying to talk to people. She said, I did try to do that more yesterday and today and talking to more people. Trying to open myself up, but I feel like I'm fangirling most of all of you guys here because I know all of you, and I don't feel worthy of being here. And I'm like, aw, Donna, you kind of don't, but aw. I mean, that's just me. That's just me. I still stand by what I said.
You can talk her, it's fine.
I still stand by what I said, but yeah.
When it came to Donna here, I think she actually played this as well as she could. I think she kind of read the writing on the wall here, but I think she did try. She was like, "Look, Rob voted for Michael at the last round table, and now he's dead, right?" And they're like, "But would that not be like really obvious?" And she's like, "It's Michael," and I'm like,
she's
not the worst. Not wrong, Kelsey.
No, she's not wrong.
Yeah.
She's like, he could be smart like a fox. And I'm like,
I don't go
okay.
that far, but
That, no.
um, but this is also when we start seeing the downtrodden Ron Funches arc. I hope this doesn't
Jesus.
last long.
I hope
But Ron
not.
is just so sad that he got Portia killed and he banished, and he's just like, nobody wants to work with me. Nobody wants to talk to me. I'm just kind of alone. And I'm like, Ron, sweetie.
No, no, sweetie, no, you're not. But you
You feel that way, but you're not.
you
It's
feel that way,
okay.
but you're not. But yeah, it was sad to see him feel so, like you said, so downtrodden and so like just he was just like so done, and I was like, no, fight, continue to fight. But he that was just, it was sad. It was sad to see, but we didn't have a lot of time in between, so they had to go to the round table, and at the round table, oh my gosh, that man still going after Jam Jam like he was. And my favorite part of Jam Jam was like, look, if you're gonna be at 100, I'm gonna be at 100 too. I'm gonna match your energy. I'm gonna be where you are. And I was like, period,
Yeah,
Jam Jam, let him know.
Jam Jam deflecting this masterfully, by the way. Of Jam Jam being like, look, we haven't talked. I don't know why you're so whatever, but I want to hear from you. If you're so, why haven't you talked to me about your suspicions? Or I don't know if you're talking to anyone really, because I haven't heard anything. What are your suspicions? And Michael's like, well, I think you're a traitor 100%. And Jam Jam just kind of just reads him like entirely and just kind of eats him up this entire situation. We also get Michael referring to himself as the best looking, most faithful, and the eye roll from Natalie Anderson is one of the most iconic images I have ever seen on the show. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you so much. She also responded to a tweet on her Instagram today, and she referred to him as Rocker 2.0. So if that tells you anything, icon.
Oh
I
my
love you, Natalie.
gosh.
I love you so much.
This, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Yeah, I don't, I feel like for the sanity of everybody else around, I will be like, y'all have got to get rid of him because he's gonna drive people crazy. Because I think I saw somebody say he feels like he's looking for a moment on TV. He's looking for a TV moment because if he really thought that if you a traitor and you know it, clap your hands bit was funny, it was lame. It was lame AF. It was so lame, and I was just like, no one's laughing. Like that you didn't eat. You thought you ate. You didn't eat with that
Oh,
at
can we
all.
also talk about the cringiest moment of this entire show to this point, which is if you're a traitor and you know it, clap your hands.
I literally
Um,
just said that, Brooke. Are you not listening to the
no,
words that are coming
I
out of
heard
my
what you
mouth?
said. I just want to reiterate one very important thing about it, right?
Okay.
This is the single cringiest thing I have ever seen, possibly on reality television, of someone quite frankly just trying to make a moment, someone just trying to have this like, oh, iconic situation happen. No one likes you like that. It's not going to happen.
Stop trying to
You're
make fetch happen.
so fucking annoying.
I that's my sentiment exactly. Like that moment was not. You didn't eat with that. You didn't like. You didn't, and I don't know if you thought you did, but you didn't. It is. It's
Yeah.
bad. I'm like, okay. Anyway,
But
but
the whole round table kind of just feels like a bit of a pretense for what's gonna happen. Donna tries. She tries her best. But like nobody's really buying what she's selling here. They're all kind of like made their mind up about what they're gonna do. I do feel for her at the same time, but she kind of put herself in the situation by not talking game with anybody.
Mm-hmm. And the round table was ridiculous. It was 18-1-1. Like that, 18 votes, 1-1.
Is that the closest to a unanimous vote we've ever had on the show, especially this
I,
early?
I would say so. This early, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking back to see if anything's even.
I don't think anybody is close to that. Not in round 3. I just don't.
Peppermint was 17-2-1, so that was kind of close. But
that
other
was
than that,
close to but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, even then.
But Donna is banished, and yeah, she gets up there, and she's like, I'm still a fan of everybody. This is so great. This is so fun, and you caught yourself a traitor, and everybody screams and erupts, and it's so lovely. One thing that I did not see that was not on my 2026 bingo card for this season was the love that Rob Roush would have for Donna Kelsey. Like Rob Roush was like, I love that woman. I love that woman. I didn't want to see her go. I love that woman.
She seems like a lovely woman.
He was like, I love that woman. Is she married? I love that woman. Like Rob, like I did not see that on my bingo card for Rob having feelings for Donna Kelsey, but you know what? Okay.
You know what? Work.
Work, Rob.
Donna's little, they get that little time after they're done to speak their piece and confession. And she was talking about how much this opportunity meant to her, even if it wasn't something that she ever thought she would be able to do. And, we've talked about it a little bit on the show. Is she the most qualified person for this? No. But honestly, I don't mind her being here. And I think her sentiments about her time here was very sweet. And you could tell how much it meant to her. Even if her time was short, I didn't actively hate her being here. She was just not the best game player, and that's okay. Not everybody's going to be great. I do have to wonder, had she been in the turret, would she have been... I think she would have done better. I think she would have been able to have that feedback from her other traders. Like, imagine if her and, Candace switched spots, right? How much would that have changed things? I don't know. But what I can say is that Donna was very interesting to watch, and I really think that she's somebody that I am pleasantly surprised by, even if her time here was short.
If Donna was in the turret, I think she would have been had a better time, a better, sense of what was going on. If they didn't vote her out this early and she actually joined the Traitors, I think Rob would have protected her with his life. He would have never let her, he would have protected her with his life. He would have did everything he can to keep her there. He would have ousted one of them other two before he ousted Donna. I just feel that way. And I think she would have had more time to, like you said, learn and grow in this role. I feel like her being the secret traitor hindered her the most. If she was just an original traitor, I think the secret traitor could have been Candace. If they would have put Candace as the secret traitor and then Donna as the original traitor, we would have had 4 people in the turret right now. We would have 4 people.
I agree. I think they just wanted their moment with Donna. And you know what? They had it.
They got it. They had their moment. This is your moment, Peacock. You got the Swifties to watch. Have it. Now they're not going to watch anymore, maybe, unless they got them hooked. Who knows? But
I'm pleasantly surprised I haven't seen the Swifties rioting on Twitter.
I have not seen it either. I'm surprised. You know what? Maybe the Swifties have evolved, and they're like, it wasn't Taylor herself, so we really can't get mad at the people for voting out our girl's boyfriend's mother.
Sure.
So
I mean, also, if you watch the show, Donna kind of did it to herself. I'm not gonna to herself. I'm not gonna say it was the worst gameplay. Donna's probably the worst trader we've had on US Traitors, in terms of their efficacy in the role. Either her or
Christian
Kate. Christian made it pretty far though. Christian outlasted.
Yeah, he did okay. But he was annoying, but he was okay.
It's either her or Kate, because Kate
was bad.
Kate was bad.
Kate was horrible.
It was bad. Speaking of Kay, isn't she in the new season of House of Villains?
I think so. If I'm
Yeah,
not
so
mistaken.
gonna be fun to talk about her again.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, oof. I do
Yeah,
feel
she
for
just
her.
didn't have the agency. Donna just didn't have the agency to do this role and do it
Mhm.
justice. But I feel like if they bring back the Secret Traitor, they have to think about who they're putting in as a Secret Traitor and someone who can handle that role a
Mhm.
little bit better. And we
Make it a
shall see.
gamer. Just make it a
Make
gamer.
it a
If
gamer.
you're gonna bring it back, and it's not gonna be random, and you're not just gonna give it to somebody without even knowing what they want, make it a
Make it
gamer.
a gamer.
They are your best choice.
So they could,
Mhm.
just make it a gamer. But
Make it a gamer.
we're gonna be. That's it for this episode.
We got the mission at the end, Lana.
Oh wait, I forgot this was a thing.
You did it
No,
backwards. Yeah.
we did it backwards. That's right. This was the instant one. Why did look? I really just wanted to wrap this up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You're
Y'all. I'm
good.
kidding. I'm kidding.
We can
Y'all. I'm
speed run
kidding.
it. We can speed run it. It's okay.
No, 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 no.
Um,
It is. I'm really just kidding. I just really got confused. But
yeah. Well, because
mission.
this is
We get
normally when we wrap it up is after the last mission.
after the
Yeah.
last round table. But
Yeah.
there is a mission. This was an instant. But there is a mission. And we do get to see them in cages.
Interesting.
Because they had to pick their partners. And yeah. So the partnerships go as such. Rob and Maura, Tiffany and Michael, Dorinda and Lisa, Natalie and Monet, which is a pairing I did not know I needed so much, but I'm
That
so
is a
glad we have it.
dream blunt rotation.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
I
say
did
that
not.
right now.
I did not know I needed that duo as much as I did, but I do, and I love it. Johnny and Eric, Candace and Tara, Caroline and Colton, Mark and Kristen, and Jam Jam and Steven. So those are our parents. Ron did not get picked. So Ron is on his own and he is already eligible to be murdered.
Mhm.
So Ron is there
I'm
by
just
himself.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say my biggest knock for this, and I don't think this is an incredibly likely outcome, but it is an outcome that was theoretically possible. Had everyone completed their stack, which could have happened, there were enough skulls for it, because Johnny came back with enough skulls at the end. He just took his time, right?
Yeah.
Had everyone finished their stack in time, would Ron have just been murdered? Would that just have been
Probably.
it for Ron? Yeah, that's dumb. I don't like that at all. But I will say the idea of one of you gets in this cage and your partner has to build a stack of 10 skulls. And in theory, this is the person you trust the most in the game. So they should want to save you and fight for you. And if they don't get these skulls and stack them up in 10 minutes, you're eligible for murder and they're safe. Step number 1, don't get in the damn cage.
Period.
I would, Ilana, if we were on the Traitors in any capacity, I don't care who on this podcast is my partner, they're getting in the damn cage.
I don't know who. Look, we must not be partners because we just gonna be sitting there looking at each other like, who getting in this cage? Because I'm not getting in no cage.
I would literally, I would be like, yo, Jack, you see that cage?
Get in
Have fun. Get in the cage.
I'm not.
Win the cage. Yep, cage.
I don't trust nobody else to take care of me because I feel like even if I trust you, you could still sabotage me. I don't trust you like that. I don't trust you enough to put my game life on the. No. I wouldn't even trust my own family to do it. Like I'm looking at you like, who getting in the cage? Because I'm not getting in the cage. Well, you don't want to run around. I'll run around, but I'm not getting in that cage. No, I'm not getting in the cage.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it.
But yeah, like some people do really well at this, others not so much. Colton gets all of his skills really fast, but he cannot stack them to save his life.
He's shaking.
Yeah.
He's just shaking.
Also, was Monet the only person who figured out the strategy here of just stacking them normally and instead of trying to make this weird like MC Escher ass stacking thing? Monet literally stacked them all with all of them facing the same way and the horns going the same way, got it done like that, and nobody else even tried to mimic it. And I'm like, yo, this doesn't seem that hard. The horns are not gonna touch, and even if they do, it'll probably help you with stability.
Right.
Like, yeah, because Monet gets it done. Like, Monet's one of the last people to get back with their skulls. Like, Monet came like 2 minutes in, gets it done in like 3 minutes.
They
Like,
got it. They were third. Yeah, they were
Yeah, they
third
were
to get
third.
it done. Because
Yeah.
Rob got it first for him and Mora, and then Steven got it second for Jam Jam and him, and then Monet finished it for Natalie, and then Tiffany finished it for Michael fourth, and then
And Mark
Tara
was,
finished it at the very last minute for Candace to
Mhm.
fit.
and Mark was literally about 2 seconds off from
2
getting his.
seconds off from getting it. He was
Yeah.
about to get it. Just time ran out. And you know who didn't finish and who didn't even come back? Johnny. Johnny didn't even come
Eric,
back.
I felt so bad for Eric. Eric
And
is being like the biggest cheerleader on the planet. And he's like, you can do it, Johnny, Johnny. And it's like really sweet. And then Eric looks so downtrodden, but he's still rooting on Johnny. Like, oh God, this man is so fucking awesome. I love him. But Johnny doesn't even come back before the challenge ends. And Eric is like, it's okay. You tried. And I'm like, oh.
this same challenge happened in UK, and there was also one person who just never came back in the UK. So to see that happen twice this week, I just screamed. And I was like, oh,
Fiona.
it's so funny to see this. And yeah, what the difference with this one and UK, and I wish they would have did it the way UK did it, because I feel like you said, if everybody would have got it done, Ron could have just been out just by because everybody got it done. And they gave them 45 minutes to do, or 10 minutes to do this. In the UK, it wasn't everybody. It was the first 5 people to get it done. That meant there was no way somebody was just going to get out by
Yeah.
by default. So I wish they would have did it that way, and it was like you get 10 minutes, or they gave them 30 minutes to do theirs in the UK, which is crazy. I was like, they gave them 10, they gave them 30, but 30 minutes to do it, and the first 5 teams to get it done. That's just the 5 teams. But it just so happened that it was 5 teams in this one, but they did it in 10 minutes. Interesting.
Yeah. And on top of the two, they also get another $25K for the pot. Grand total of $70,000 in the pot, which again, pretty good spot to be this early on. Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then everybody that's in the cages still gets left in the forest.
We get left in the forest,
ma'am.
and then
No, ma'am.
that's why I'm not getting no goddamn cage. That is why I'm not getting in the cage.
No, not happening. Like, look, I saw what happened with Wes, Derek, and Rob, Boston Rob. Okay, I saw that. They were in a cage too. I wouldn't do it. Nope. I have seen one too many Saw movies to ever get into a cage willingly. It's not happening. You can't make me.
Look here, my ancestors struggled enough on cages and boats across this country, across these oceans, for me to get my butt back in a cage willingly. Absolutely not. Not doing it. Y'all put my people in jail so many times. You think I'm gonna willingly go walk myself into a cage? Absolutely not. I won't do it. I shan't do it, and I shall not do it. All of the above. I'm not doing it. It's just not happening. Never. You will never catch me in no cage willingly. No.
Yeah.
But and then they left them there. Like you said, they left them there, and then told them after they go tie them to a tree.
That was funny. That was camp.
You think I'm gonna let somebody tie me to a tree?
Oh no, absolutely
willingly?
Not. But in terms of visually watching the show, camp, pure camp. I was gagging. But no, and not only that, they have a guy in a mask in front of them with an axe.
With an axe?
So camp.
Absolutely not.
So
absolutely.
Unbelievably camp.
No.
But we go back to the castle, and Tiffany's trying to like do her thing of like protecting protecting Michael by throwing sus on Jam Jam, right? Which again, from a gameplay perspective, for what Tiffany thinks she's doing, is good gameplay. Right. So I'm not mad at her. Colton, what the fuck is this logic? Colton's
This
launching.
man, he's pissing me off.
I have now understood why Tiffany's done all of these things, and I am now suspicious of Tiffany. We're losing Tiffany next episode. I'm just gonna call it now because this is fucking ridiculous. Like, because we've gotten this set up, 2 different times on 3 seasons of Traitors, where the man from The Bachelor just so happens to be the head faithful every time. I'm sick of it. 1, 2. They're setting Colton up to be the traitor hunter and like the spearhead of the round tables.
Yep.
I don't think
see
Tiffany's
it.
long for this world. I don't think Tiffany's long for this world. I think she's playing a really great game, but Colton's a fucking idiot.
I don't think any of the gamers are long for this world. I think the only one that might be longer than the most is going to be Natalie. But I think Tiffany, I think Tiffany is not long, and I don't think Jam Jam is long because I just don't. And I feel like Natalie might be the one. I just don't. And I hate that. I hate that so much. I hate it so much. But this man and his logic is like, what do you mean? Now I'm looking at Tiffany. I'm just looking. Now I'm suspecting I'm like, what do she's like, this happens to her every single time in all these games where they feel like she's the mastermind and we got to get rid of her first.
Mm-hmm. It's terrible gameplay.
I hate it. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's pretty much all we get before we go to the turret. And Lisa's there, even though she was in a cage. Everybody's just chatting and all the stuff. And like the 3 of them are very much a cohesive unit. And I really think we might end up getting the Traitors dilemma in the US for the first time this year. I could see it. I could see a world where it happens. But we get one of my favorite moments of these first few episodes because the Traitors discuss who they want between their options, but they go out and they get to stand like off to the side, and each of the people get to give a plea, right? And Ron's plea is like, you better kill me.
You better kill me.
You should kill me. And I was like, this seems like maybe Ron's getting his energy back. Ron's getting his mojo back. Okay, love seeing that. And it kind of just seems like everybody else is like, doing their thing. Eric Nom has the funniest plea I have ever. It was so damn funny because he's like, I would really like to not get murdered. I have a very particular set of skills. I'm like, Eric, you're killing me. It was so damn funny. Oh my God, I love him. He's my standout from these first 3 episodes. I find him fucking hilarious. I adore him.
Cute. He's so cute. He's so fun. But I think they go kill Ron, and I don't like it. But he's like, you better. Or no, I don't think they are. I think they might not kill Ron because he's talking like that. And I don't know. But it's going to be between Kristen, Eric, Caroline, or Ron.
If it's me, I'm killing Caroline.
I would kill Caroline too. If I wanted to take the heat off of
the housewives,
you kill Caroline and you send her out the door, and so they don't think a housewife is in that tour. Because now Portia's gone, and you kill Caroline, they don't think.
Here's the thing. I think the best play they have is killing Caroline. I don't know if they're actually gonna do it, but I think it is by far their best option. I think killing Eric would also work. I don't want them to. I like him a lot, but I think if they kill Eric, I think it would make sense. Eric's playing a really good, no one is suspicious of this man. They're not gonna banish him. He is too golden retriever to ever be a traitor. And everyone's kind of under that belief. Ron has sus on him. I don't think they're going to kill Ron. And when we're looking at the option of them maybe killing Kristen, I could see it. But again, we haven't really gotten to see a ton of Kristen. So it would make me think that either she's just going to get purpled like they purple somebody on every season of the Traitors, or she's going to stick around and we're going to lose Caroline instead. I think them killing Caroline is the best choice for them gameplay-wise. For honestly all 3 of them, I think it makes the most sense.
I agree.
That's with me.
I agree. I think Killing Carolina would be the best choice, but I don't know if they're going to do that. So I guess we'll find out next week.
Next
But
week
there
we have 2 episodes next week.
we do have a draft update though. We should update. Brooke, right now you have lost no one. So we
Yay!
love that for you.
Yay!
Um Mike has lost one person in Rob's sister Nino. Logan has lost two people. Jack has lost one person with wait.
Why do we have a dagger
I
on
don't
Ron?
I don't know why we have a dagger on Ron. Ron is not dead. So Jack has not lost anybody. I don't know why that dagger is there. Jack has not lost anybody. Ron is not dead. That
Preemptive stabbing. Ron Hunt just did
look,
like
all right,
5
I preempt him. Look, in my mind, they're going to stab Ron. No, I don't know why that's there. That's a mistake. Ron is not dead. Jack has not lost anybody as well. So ignore that. Logan has lost two people with Rob's sister Nino. No, just one person. Wait,
Donna.
Donna, two people. I was right. Donna is
Mhm.
gone. Rob Cicinino, he has lost two people. I have two lost two people with Ian and Portia. So there's that.
And you know
Please,
what? The Cup TV is hanging in there. It's
of
lovely to
course,
see.
the Cup TV is still there for some reason. I don't know why we're there,
It
but
won't be
okay.
long. It won't be
But
long.
yeah, sorry, Ron. I didn't mean to kill you off right now. I'm not speaking that into your life because you're not dead. But it
Knock on
was,
wood.
yeah, knock on the wood. So there is the draft update. As of right now, Brooke and Jack holding strong with
I
losing
don't
no
think that
one.
will last. I don't think
That's
that's
not
gonna
going to
last.
last at all. I don't think so.
We just
To be
happened to get
real.
lucky on this first set that it just wasn't any of our people. I have a very strong suspicion that Jack and I are going to be losing at least one person next week. So there you go. Also, we should note that in our draft video, we also predicted who the traitors were going to be.
Yep.
And everybody got one but Lana.
First of all, the way you said that, I don't like it. So I need you to adjust that. Your tone.
Everyone
No, no.
literally picked one out of our 4 predictions was correct. Everyone got one, except Lana didn't get any. But to be clear, Logan did get the secret traitor on the money. So Logan gets that little extra bonus on top of that. But Lana, it was a crapshoot. It wasn't like anything.
I'm not that mad that I didn't pick the initial traders off the bat, but I am happy that I picked a trader in my draft. So
Mood. Do I have a traitor? I don't even remember who I have. Hold on.
you hold on, let
I don't
me.
think I do. I didn't pick a
I don't think
housewife.
you do.
Yeah, I
No,
don't. I don't.
you
Yeah,
did not pick a trader at all.
that's okay. That's okay.
But
Because you know
everybody
what?
else
When they
picked a
were,
trader. Look, everybody else picked a trader,
but me.
but you. Did
Um,
Jack? Wait, no, I don't think Jack picked a trader.
who?
Jack
No,
did not pick a
neither.
trader.
Neither.
Nope. So you or Jack did not pick a trader. Me, Mike, and Logan picked traders.
So, yeah, let us know down below who's winning the draft. Who do you think is going to get murdered? Luana, who's your prediction for the murder?
Uh I kind of feel like it might be Kristen because even
I
her
do
plea,
too.
even her
That's
plea
kind
was
of why I
like,
think I'm going. That's why I think I'm losing a person. I also think it's going to be Kristen. I would. There is a part of me that's like maybe it's going to be Caroline, but I'm just not entirely certain. The only person I feel like isn't going to get murdered is Ron, and like, hence the knife. But no, I think Ron's safe. I think it could be Eric too. I don't want it to be Eric. I like
yeah,
Eric a
I do
lot.
too.
I love Kristen too. Kristen's really entertaining, even if they're not showing a ton of her here. I don't know Caroline. Sorry, Caroline. But so for my selfishness, out of the people I know, I would prefer it to be Caroline. But that's just me.
I can see it being Kristen or Eric at this point because people, I don't think anybody's had they have any sus or no suspecting, and nobody's going to really either way with the traitors killing them, and with Ron, like you said, he already has sus on him. Why would you kill somebody who already has sus on them? Let them
Mhm.
banish them. So, but that's if the traitors are thinking that way. But we shall see. We shall see. But that now is how we're going to wrap this up. We will be back next week talking episodes 4 and 5. Um, so we're going to be back here next week talking about that. Still join us for our UK traders coverage as well if you're interested. We drop videos on Saturdays and Mondays for UK. And we'll drop this video. Our UK coverage will go out on Sunday. So there is that. So join us for all of our UK coverage, our US traders coverage, and all the things that we cover here on this channel and all of the channels in our network. All the links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon, all of our socials at the Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky, and where you can get your merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. That link is in the description below, as well as the QR code on the right side of the screen. Scan it. And we're gonna go be more traders over here. So you watch the next video, and we're gonna go do trader stuff. So we'll see y'all next time. Cheers, everybody. Bye.
Cheers.